Okay, we're on the air. Good evening. Welcome to the City Council meeting for the City of Rolling Meadows, July 25th, 2017. We're beginning at 7:30 at night. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Cannon.
Here.
Hill.
Here.
Majikis. Here. Gallo.
Here.
Baner.
Here.
Diestis.
Present.
Veenbos.
Present.
With 7 present and none absent, there is a quorum. Therefore, members of the audience are reminded that these proceedings are being videotaped for the current and future broadcast over the city's cable television channel. The first order of business is to approve the minutes from the July 11th, 2017 council meeting. Is there a motion to approve the meetings? Mr. Hill has made them, and Alderman Majikis has seconded. Are there any corrections, deletions, or additions to the minutes? Seeing none, the question is, shall the minutes be approved? All those in favor say aye. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it, and the minutes are approved. I need to, we're giving out a life safety award tonight. I need a motion to deviate.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Banger, and a second.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Veenbos. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. We will now deviate from the agenda to present the awards. I guess, Chief, I've got the mic. You got the awards?
I do. Thank you, Mayor. It's truly an honor to be here tonight to present these 2 life-saving awards to Officer Lisa Dye, Officer Jason Calvarese. You guys want to come up here and keep me company? Let me tell you a little bit about these 2 officers right here. It was June 14th, a little after midnight. Most of us were probably at home sleeping. Not these 2 officers. They were out there working, keeping us safe, putting their lives on the line to protect us, making Rolling Meadows a great place to call home when they got the call. What the call was, it was a 50-year-old individual who was helping his wife navigate up a flight of stairs who was wheelchair bound. The individual collapsed. When the call came out, it was that he was unconscious but breathing sporadically. The officers got there very quickly. However, when they arrived, the situation was much worse. The subject was unconscious. However, he had stopped breathing. These officers probably had minutes, maybe seconds to act, or the individual would not survive. Thinking fast, Officer Dye moved the subject off the stairs onto a flat surface and began CPR. After a couple minutes, for those who have performed CPR before, it's very physically straining and exhausting, but she had her partner, Officer Calvarese, right next to her, who then took over and helped assist and begin CPR also. The Rolling Meadows Fire Department came by, continued with life-saving efforts, and transported the subject to the hospital. While at the hospital, the subject lived. The hospital staff made it a point to contact the Rolling Meadows Police Department to let us know that because of the actions of Officer Dye and Officer Calvarese, that their patient, a Rolling Meadows resident, had survived and is alive today. So it is my honor to present Officer Lisa Dye, Officer Jason Calvarese with the Rolling Meadows Life Saving Award.
Again, thank you both for the effort and what you've done for the city of Rolling Meadows. Thank you. Next on is the mayor's report. It has been a busy week. I had the opportunity to take part with the Chamber of Commerce golf outing last Friday to see members of our business community. Also, I was there on Monday for the Business Accelerator Launch Program that was out in Hanover Park. Very thankful that we had Alderman Majikis joined us, and Alderman Veenbaas, and Glenn Adams from the Economic Development Committee. Also, I just want to say that it was nice that we have this opportunity, and I think it'll be very helpful for the city going forward. Are there any ward reports? Alderman Majikis.
Thank you. I just want to say that I had the pleasure of volunteering at the parking lot party. Fun time. I think the families that were there truly enjoyed themselves. And also I volunteered at the farmer's market. I have to say this, I've just kind of gotten into the community development department and, or community events department, I'm sorry. And I want to say thank you to all the people that volunteer on that, because there's a lot of work that goes into it, more than you realize until you really get involved. So thank you for everybody that volunteers, and I'm sure we're always looking for extra help. So, but a good time was had by all. So thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Majikis. Alderman Hill.
Thank you. I want to thank the residents on Theta. I can't remember if it's Lane or Street, but on Theta, for bringing attention to a situation they had there just after we finished the paving project there. Immediately, Public Works, myself, met with the residents, and I think we have a plan in place that hopefully will resolve their problem. But I must say that this was my first experience in a situation like this, and I want to say that the Public Works folks, Fred Vogt, Bill Sacecki, Dan Saveska, and also our project engineer, Ryan Lindeman of Christian Burke, just astounding professionalism and resolve and committing to resolve the problem. So I just wanted to give that shout out.
Thank you, Alderman Hill. Any other ward reports? Yes, sir.
I received a couple phone calls, too, to be exact, with regard to the area of the creek near Fratello's on Kirchhoff where the new bike path was put in. And the question or concern came about is where Public Works stops and maybe the Park District begins with grooming and keeping that area clean. And I said I would find out for the residents. They're concerned with a little bit of the vegetation and the overgrowth, particularly with weeds. And we kind of had the conclusion to the conversation that basically because of these past 2 weeks of rain that Public Works or Park District hadn't made it down there to manicure the zone because it's too saturated and it would probably do more harm than good. But at that point, I'd like to find out on continuing the conversation with Public Works who is responsible for that and how we can go from there.
I'll be happy to get you that information this week.
Perfect. Thank you.
Anything else?
That's it.
Oh, I was remiss. I want to thank you for taking over on July 11th. It was our anniversary, and we were far away, and I'm sure everyone was very pleased that you did not read all the warrants at night.
You're welcome, and happy belated anniversary.
Thank you. The City Council meeting is now open to members of the audience for 20 minutes to address the City Council on matters that are not on the agenda or regarding other issues. We ask that persons wishing to address the City Council keep their comments to 5 minutes in length. Comments must be addressed to the Council as a whole through the mayor, and profanity may not be used in any form. We have four individuals on the sign-up sheet tonight. First one is Jim Ibank from Corporate Design Fuller Car Wash?
Yes.
Hi there. And there's also, you have another person?
Yes, Larry Fuller.
Larry Fuller, if you'd like to come up.
Right.
2 for 1, that's fine, we'd love to have you.
Actually, there's a couple more Fullers here, too.
Okay. Well, all
4 for
right.
1.
All right.
Just wanted to say, Larry's happy to become part of the community, and we're just here to answer any questions you may have.
Okay. We thank you very much. And did you have anything? I mean,
No, just
I mean, you had a slot down here, so you were entitled.
we were just introducing ourselves and,
Okay.
saying welcome to Rolling Meadows. And if you had any questions, we're more than happy to answer them.
Okay, thank you very much. The next person on the sign-in sheet is Steve Hollish concerning Fuller Car Wash.
Yeah, it's regarding Fuller's Car Wash. I was at the Planning Commission, and I sat through the whole presentation of Fuller's Car Wash, and the only thing I came out of it is that the staff recommended that there was a limitation on their exit onto Algonquin Road between certain hours. And Fuller was very accommodating. They said there's no problem with that. But they also said in their other location, they don't have that. They leave it up to their people to decide how they want to get out of the area, which I think is a better solution than putting a restriction on the people of the community that they can't get on the Algonquin Road. And when I first looked at the actual layout, I thought it was a certain way going from east to west, but that's not the case. The way the car wash is set up, it goes more from west, or from east to west, I'm sorry, it was go west to east. But if you put a restriction on Algonquin for people to pull out on the left turn, it forces people to go back through the car wash area to get out to Meadow. If they want to go left, that they'd have to get out to Meadow Lane and then turn left from there, which adds congestion on Meadow, but also adds congestion for the car wash itself, which in good progress, I don't think it's a good idea to put that hindrance on a company to say you're going to do this, and also more hindrance on the actual people to say you're going to do it this way. Leave it up to the person. If they want to turn left, they can turn left. If they don't, they can go the other way. But there's nothing that should be mandated that's saying you can't do this, even though the staff recommended, and I understand that from a safety point of view because of the traffic on Algonquin, they wanted to reduce it. But again, there's not any other locations on Algonquin in that area that are restricted for a left turn lane. The only one that I can think of is down by the McDonald's, and then I think there's one other, and I'm escaping my memory, but those I can see because they're close to Wilkie Road, and they can be a hazard. This one is far down. There's limited people that would come in out of the car wash, and I think it just proves more of a hindrance for the people of the community and for the company itself. So when you get your first reading, you'll see it, and that's one thing that I think you can delete, and it won't impact anybody. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. They are appreciated. The next person who is on the sign-in sheet tonight is Linda Valentine from the Rolling Meadows Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. I'm here on behalf of the Rolling Meadows Chamber to give our support for a 7B request from the Holiday Inn. The Chamber has been working with the Holiday Inn for well over a year and a half when they first came to us to tell us that they're going to have to make some significant changes onto their property and redevelop it because it was not working economically for them anymore the way that it is currently. After reviewing a lot of the proposed plans that they had, and speaking with them, the Chamber has made a decision that they do want to support the 7B request to see them become economically viable and to see that their property will be utilized fully in a better manner than it has for the past few years. So we are hoping that we can count on your 7B support of the Holiday Inn for their request. Thank you.
And thank you for taking time to share your thoughts there. We have no items on the ordinances in for second reading. That brings us down to the consent ordinances. It consists of 2 items, items A and B. Does any alderman wish to have an item from the consent agenda for ordinances pulled? Seeing none, the chair declares it's in order for one motion to consider both ordinances in one motion without debate. Is there such a motion?
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Alderman Diastis has made that motion, and Alderman Cannon has seconded. excuse me, number A is grant final approval of a special use for redevelopment of property located at 2765 Algonquin Road for Fuller's Car Wash. This is the first reading. The property at 2765 Algonquin Road, formerly operated as Ritzy's Restaurant and currently a vacant building, is proposed to be completely redeveloped as a Fuller's Car Wash, which is inclusive of an automatic tunnel car wash, 12 auxiliary self-operated outdoor vacuums. At its meeting on the Wednesday, July 5th, 2017, the Planning and Zoning Commission gave unanimous approval to the proposed redevelopment with conditions. B is designed as an area as blighted and needed development, the Holiday Inn property. First reading. This ordinance, if adopted, would find the Holiday Inn property is blighted and in need of development. The question is, shall both ordinances be moved forward for the second reading? The clerk will please call the roll.
Hill.
Yes.
Majikis.
Yes.
Gallo.
Yes.
Banjer.
Yes.
Diestis.
In Ward 6, I support both, yes.
Veenbos.
Yes.
Cannon.
Yes.
7 in favor and 0. Both ordinances will move forward to second reading. This now brings the council to new business. The motion to approve payments of the bills on warrant 7-2517. Is there a motion to approve the warrant?
So moved.
Alderman Hill has approved it. I have a second from Alderman Banjer. Made the motion. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the question is, shall the warrant be approved? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Majikis.
Yes.
Gallo.
Yes.
Banjer.
Yes.
Diestis.
Yes.
Veenbos.
Yes.
Cannon.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
With 7 in favor and 0 opposed, it is approved. The next item on the agenda is the consent resolutions. It consists of 2 items, D and E. Does any alderman wish to remove an item from the consent agenda for resolutions? The chair declares it in order then for one motion to consider both resolutions in one motion. Is there such a motion? Alderman Gallo made the motion. Alderman Banjer has seconded. The question is, shall both resolutions be adopted?
Gallo.
Yes.
Banjer.
Yes.
Diestis.
Yes.
Veenbos.
Yes.
Cannon.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Majikis.
Yes.
Thank you. With 7 approved and 0 opposed, it has been approved. Let's see. This brings the council to other businesses and reports.
Proclamation.
Oh. Okay. We do have a proclamation. Sorry to miss that one. This is, and I should not miss the one because it's National Night Out. Whereas the National Association of Town Watch is sponsoring a unique national-wide crime, drug, and violence prevention program on August 1st, 2017, entitled National Night Out. Whereas police, community partnerships, neighborhood safety, awareness, and cooperation are important themes on the National Night Out program. So further, let it be known, resolved, that I, Mayor Len Prana, do hereby proclaim Tuesday, August 1st, 2017, as National Night Out in the city of Rolling Meadows. Okay, I had no appointments, proclamations. This brings us to the city clerk. Have a report?
No, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, that brings us to city staff reports. Community items of interest, Mr. Crumpstock.
Thank you, Mayor Prana. Obviously, we have a few that are up in front of us, and I do want to reiterate what Alderman Majikis has just mentioned. If you missed the Saturday, July 22nd Farmers and Food Truck event, our next one is scheduled for Saturday, August 26th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. here at the City Hall parking lot. Obviously, throughout the community, you can see numerous signs that we have up for the community bike ride that will be conducted on Saturday, July 29th. Starts at 6 p.m. At the community center at 3705 Pheasant Drive. Really from 5:30 if you want to consider it, but 6 to 7 we'll be having Tammy Town, and we'll have some bike repair and some other items that are going on at the community center. But then starting around 7 p.m., we will be doing the community bike ride. If you haven't done it before, it's throughout the entire city, a lot of the green space, visiting different areas. We do end up at the community center again, and then there will be ice cream there. I think Jewel is providing it this year again. And obviously, that's the first point that we have. From that Saturday, we go to Tuesday, August 1st, is, as you just heard from the proclamation, National Night Out. So from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at the Community Center, 3705 Pheasant Drive, we will be celebrating National Night Out. This year, we have Wayne Mesmer as the singer for the national anthem. We will have stunt dogs, we'll have medieval times, and some other events scheduled for that. And obviously, we do finish the night around 8:30 with fireworks. So please join us on, again, Tuesday, August 1st. This is actually followed by Saturday, August 5th, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Community Church of Rolling Meadows will be celebrating its 61st annual Corn Fest and Craft Fair. The craft fair is actually between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. But again, from 11 to 7, that is the Corn Fest. You do need to have tickets to go in there. It's always a good event. And then this is actually followed by Friday, August 11th, and we'll have one more opportunity to mention this, but that will be the third annual Wine Down by the Creek event. This is actually a family-friendly event, but you have to be 21 to do the wine and beer. But again, it is a great opportunity to come out. There will be some music. There will be some other items here at Kimball Hill Park between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. Music ends by 10. But again, that's Friday, August 11th. And then obviously the same reminder that we've been mentioning before, that the Meadows Cruise Nights are back on Friday nights. They're here between 5 and 8 p.m. on Fridays, all the way through September 1st. And then obviously, because it's the last of the month, we do want to reiterate that Economic Development Committee will not be meeting. We do hope everybody does go to the National Night Out on Tuesday, August 1st. But the Planning and Zoning Commission will be meeting for the second time. And their meeting is being rescheduled from that Tuesday, August 1st to Wednesday, August 2nd. And that will still start at 7:30 here in the council chambers. Tentatively, there are two items being discussed. A special use sign appeal for the drive-through at the Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins. I'm told this time they're not deferring it, so fourth time is the charm. That's at 1921 Algonquin Roads. It's in the C2 district. Steve Culber of Culber Design Incorporated is the petitioner. The second one is a preliminary approval for a 3-lot subdivision with variance for property located at 2600 Benton Street. That's the Palatine side of Rolling Meadows. That's in the R1 residential district, and the petitioner is Karen Sturmology of Forest Lane Incorporated. Also, City Attorney Tom Bastian will be doing commissioner training at this meeting. So with that, those are community items of interest for this meeting.
And that brings us to new business, Mr. Crumstock.
There's really just 3 that new businesses that opened up in June. They are all regular businesses throughout the community, pretty diverse, but nothing really to highlight on this new business list.
Thank you, Mr. Crumstock. And Mr. Horn, you are in the chair tonight, so.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. There are 5 items that were reviewed at the July Traffic Review Committee that is provided in your packet. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Of particular note, staff is working with 5 separate property owners in the Marketplace Shopping Center to bring their traffic control signage into compliance. I'd be happy to answer any questions on any of the other matters if you have them.
Thank you, Mr. Mr. Horn. Thank you. Force of habit after all these years, yes. Are there any matters not on the agenda this evening? I have 2 that I need to feel led to make a comment on tonight. At our last meeting at the Cow on Wednesday, there were a lot of questions from staff in regard to, we had some aldermen speaking about the fact is I'd like $1 million, I'd like 1.5 for roads or refuge funds, or I'd like to raise sticker fees. We also have the addition of a couple of fire stations coming down, so we have, the August 15th will be the capital improvement a policy meeting, and, policy. And also, there is the reallocation of bonds from the property tax reallocations of bond, from the bond funds. And so with all those things coming down, staff has graciously said that, like we do with the budget every year, they will be available to meet with the council so that when we have the meeting on the 15th, they will know what the policy is of the council, because council does set the policy, not staff. And in 2008, the city had quite a little financial meltdown, and I wasn't on the council, but I was on the Fire and Police Commission, and I saw what it did. So I think since the council sets the policy and not staff, this gives 3 weeks for everyone to sit down and decide what they believe they want to happen at that meeting, so that when we come to that meeting, no one needs to really, you know, I don't have enough information from staff, or I need more information. So I just thought this is, since we have 3 weeks from today to work on that, that would be great. The second is a reminder is that we all are a public forum, and what we say here stays forever. And at our last meeting, there were some, I feel were some inappropriate and inaccurate comments made by some aldermen. So in the future, I think we need to be careful of what we say and what we do, because again, it just stays with us forever. There was a request to go into closed session for the following items. Land acquisition, which falls under Illinois 5 ILCS 120/2, the Illinois Opens Meeting Act, and then also for the personnel, which falls under 5 Illinois 120-2, the Illinois Opens Meeting Act. Is there a motion to go into closed session for these items?
So moved.
So moved. And Mr. Hill has seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Baner.
Yes.
Diestis.
Yes.
Veenbos.
Yes.
Cannon.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Majikis.
Yes.
Gallo.
Yes.
All right. With 7 in favor and 0 opposed, the council will now enter in closed session. The audience and press are advised that we do not anticipate taking any action upon returning to open session.